Hey guys, so I'm always harping on to my clients about keeping a journal. So I thought I'd explain in a little bit more detail why it's important to keep a journal. And the first thing to remember is I always say that learning to manage your weight it's a little bit like learning a new skill, like learning to play an instrument. And it does take constant effort and constant practice. And the example I give is if you were going to learn to play the piano, you wouldn't go to a lesson once a week for half an hour but never practice at home. So don't try and weigh on the scales and have a chat with your consultant or whoever's supporting you once a week but not practice at home. So keeping a journal, you should try and write in it every single day, but if you skip a day, it's not the end of the world. Now, some of the things you can write in your journal, yes, you can track your food, and that's a great idea because I always find if you've got to write it down on paper, you're less likely to overeat because you kind of think, oh, I might not want to write down that I've had 3 of those things. So you're more conscious and aware of every decision you make around food. So yes, write your food down, but as well, you need to be tracking down how you're feeling. So your thoughts and feelings for the day. So it could be, for example, day 1 on my plan, I feel really motivated, I'm really excited, I'm looking forward to losing weight this week. But then it could be that you notice day 6, had a problem at work, you're feeling quite stressed and anxious and you really want to overeat, and then you might write in it again later and say, you know, I've eaten high calorie food, I've eaten this, I've eaten that, because I'm stressed. And then you can say, you know, maybe you do or don't feel better about it, maybe it's made you feel better while you're eating it but now you regret it or whatever. So you're starting to log how you're feeling around food. Now, these are all things that you possibly know. You may know that you eat for these different reasons, but you're not really engaging your brain into it unless you are discussing that regularly or keeping a log of it regularly. So by writing it down, it really, really helps you start to see. And I even say you can go through at the end of the week and just highlight little things that, you know, stand out to you. Maybe the emotions that you've used where you have wanted to overeat, even if you haven't overeaten, where you felt like you needed to. The other thing that you can write down is your successes, your achievements. So, you know, if you've had a really good week or if you've got through a situation that's been tricky and you've managed not to overindulge, then write it down. It's good because it builds up that belief and that power that you actually can do this because you're logging what you've achieved. And obviously your weight loss or measurements, things like that you can achieve. And other things like, I remember when I lost weight, I all of a sudden could cross my legs properly and sit comfortably, which I couldn't do when I was at my heaviest. So little achievements, the belt buckle going down, it's another thing you can log. The other thing you can do is log people's compliments, because quite often we discount when people say, wow, you look great, you've lost weight. We can throw them away and say, oh no, or oh, I've still got loads to lose. And so, you know, by logging people's compliments, it again builds your self-esteem, makes you feel good about what you've done, and believes that belief that you are doing this and you are going to be successful. And finally, what you need to tweak. So it might be that you look back over your week and you think, well, that really worked, but actually that didn't. I overate in that situation. So I need to look at that and I need to work out when I'm in that situation again, how can I make different choices? How can I avoid overindulging in those situations? So I hope that helps. Please do give it a go and write in the diary, even if you don't write in it every day. I kept a journal throughout my weight loss, and when I'm really, really struggling with weight management, I get my diary out and I go back to writing in it, even if it's just for a week, and it makes such a difference. It refocuses my mind and it helps me get back on track with my weight.